Hey all, welcome to the November 2019 pickups video. Let's see what I got. So this is my first pickup for November, and today is November 1st. Picked this up at a local retro game vinyl DVD store. It's Majora's Mask 3D. I never played the original. For whatever reason, I just was never into it, but for 12 bucks, I figured why not. Price charting shows this as being worth at least 15, and I've seen prices anywhere from 20 to and up at other retro stores and eBay. Case is in excellent condition. Game cartridge is in excellent condition, and it even comes with the pseudo manual that tells you how to get to the actual manual. So, again, nice little addition to my slowly growing collection. And the next thing I picked up is a couple of these. I'm not a huge amiibo collector, but I saw them at a good price, so I picked a couple of them up. This is the Zero Suit Samus amiibo from Super Smash Bros. Series, and I picked this up for about $5.55 in price. And they will occasionally have some stuff like this. The second one I picked up was Ryu, so that's kind of cool. Like I said, I'm not a big collector of amiibos, but I've got Twilight Princess one, so I figured I'd add a couple more, and I'm not going to go and collect them all like some people do. But Five Below had them, for like $5.55. They also had some from Animal Crossing and some other game I don't remember. But they'll occasionally get like some random video game stuff in. Like today they had like about 10 copies of Destiny for the PlayStation 4, and it was around $5 for that. And there have been times in there that I've been and they've had some other random games. Now they're not going to have the newest games that cheap, obviously, and they're probably going to have games that didn't sell well, and they just bulk bought, leftover stock. So yeah. And then the other thing I picked up from Five Below is just this little Super Mario Super Mushroom. It's gum or candy or something like that, but I'm not going to open it. If you saw my pickups video last month, then I have a little Pac-Man one that's similar. So, all right. Next item. Okay, the next item here, pretty sure this is a mouse for the Mac SE or any Mac that supports the ADB bus protocol. Oh, that's nice. Maybe it'll be easier to open now. Let's take a look. Yep, pretty much what I thought it was going to be. A little dirty, but it's old, so not, unexpected. Give it a good cleaning, especially the ball, and hopefully it'll work. Okay, and here we have a couple of boxes from the same place as I'm about to trip over a bunch of stuff. And I know exactly what's in these, but I wanted to show them to you guys because I think they're kind of cool. They're both similar to each other, but they represent different things, we'll say. Make sure there's no identifiable information in here. Super Nintendo coasters. I saw these on a website called Woot the other day, and I figured, I'll pick some up. These are the kind of thing that I would collect. If I could get this open now. So they're just these little cork-based coasters, and that's it. So, and the box is torn, but whatever. So I thought that's kind of cool. Should be 4 of them. Zelda, Mario Kart, Mario World, and Super Metroid. So let's open these up a little further so we can get a better look at them. And they're just basically kind of replicas of box art. But I thought they were, like I said, I thought they were kind of neat. They weren't even expensive, so figured why not. And this should be Zelda and Super Metroid. So now some of you are probably wondering, well, what's in the other one? And a lot of you are probably like, oh, I know what's in the other one. He said they're similar, but not necessarily the same thing. And these are NES coasters, although these are a little different in that they're game cartridges. So we'll open these up in a bit. So let's see if I can get this open without damaging the box too much. But the way these are sealed, it's really tough. There we go. So this should contain the following games. Oh, this is probably more representative here. Mario 1, 2, and 3, Excitebike, Metroid, Donkey Kong, and Zelda. Let's get these open too. These don't seem to be quite as robust. They're just cardboard all the way through. So you spill anything on them and at some point they're going to get ruined. But again, I'm probably not going to use them as coasters. I've got a ton of coasters. I'll use these just as decoration. I'm not going to show you the backs anymore because they're all the same. And Donkey Kong. Gee, I bet you guys aren't going to figure out what this is. I have no idea. Although, I will be honest here, the box is a little bit misleading. It's not this keyboard, but it is a keyboard for a Mac. And I'm really hoping this is the keyboard for a Mac Plus. That's what I ordered anyway. That's what the auction was for. The guy even accepted a slightly lower bid. Well, I actually was a buy it now, I take that back, so slightly lower offer. And we'll see. Probably just put it in this box because that's all he had. Oh, packing peanuts, fantastic. And there's one, there's two down there, oh man. I know these things are like really good at protecting, and I know that they're pretty cost effective, but first of all, they're not ESD safe, meaning that, you know, they're not static safe. In fact, these things are loaded with static electricity. They cling to everything, and that's kind of why you end up finding them years down the road. But we'll take a look at what we really want to see. And that is the keyboard itself. Now, I know this doesn't come with a cord, at least according to the auction it didn't, which is unfortunate, but expected. A lot of these cords are going bad now. But there it is. It's actually in really good shape. It's relatively clean. It's not super yellowed. In fact, this is probably a lot closer to the original color than the computer it's going to be paired up with. Now, as far as the cord goes, it's one of these types, and I've said it before, I believe, and I'll probably say it again. It's an RJ11 type plug. Looks like a phone cord. It is not a phone cord. A phone cord has both ends kind of crossed over, so in this case, it would be both ends the same colors. Now, you could take a phone cord, cut it, you know, near the end, and then twist it around and splice them together, or you can build one out of, you know, a phone cord, RJ45 cable, you know, like networking cable, your Ethernet cable, and you can also, I'm sure, find replacements online. I'm probably just going to make one because I've got cable and I've got ends for it, so. But I'm glad that I was able to get one of these. It wasn't too expensive. I mean, it wasn't cheap, but considering how much these things are going for, it's to be expected, so. And the next item that I grabbed in November is actually a purchase, forget the vendor, but this whole thing came about from a YouTuber known as Scott the Woz, who, if you haven't seen his videos, they're pretty entertaining. And he's running this charity campaign. I know it benefits the Children's Miracle Network. It might also benefit Children's Hospital. I don't remember. But he's selling these clothes and all profits are going to those charities. So I figured, well, someone on YouTube trying not to make money by selling things, fantastic. So I went and purchased this hoodie, Games on the Shelf 2018. In this case, with this purchase here, the profits go to charity, so I'm all for it. I'll post a link to the video that describes all of this, and from there there'll be links for the charity and things like that. And here we have the next item. It arrived today, well, at the time of the recording. Just an order from Amazon, and what this is going to help me out with my Amiga video, and it is a GoTech, which is basically a floppy disk emulator. And instead of using floppy disks, it uses a USB drive with disk images on it, and you can have, I think, like up to 1,000. There are different firmware hacks and things like that to get it to work with different types of systems. By default, I think these work with like a PC, although you can order them with custom firmware to work with certain music keyboards, certain sewing machines, things like that. But I'm going to be putting a firmware on here that will allow me to use it on, well, the Amiga, but it should also work on anything else that uses a floppy disk drive and a 34-pin connector. So, and I went with the beige one, obviously, to more closely match the Amiga. I may create a video on how to mod this, but you will definitely be seeing this more in a follow-up Amiga video. And the next item I'm going to show off are these Atari 2600 paddle controllers that I picked up from a local retro game store. I'm trying to find some that actually work and are in good shape, and I got lucky and was able to find them locally. So, got to clean them off a little, but you know, whatever. They'll probably be featured in the Atari 2600 video, which should have already been posted prior to this pickups video. So, the next item is Mario Kart 7 for the 3DS. Didn't have this one, surprisingly, so I decided to go pick it up. The box is in okay shape, but it's kind of tough to find this game at a decent price with a good box. It does come with the insert, though. Not a full manual, because the 3DS games have their manual built into the cartridge, or they're downloadable, I forget which, but there's that. And the next couple of items I'm going to show off is Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories for the PSP. This is the greatest hits version. The other copies that they had didn't have the label at all. They were just handwritten, and I didn't want to pick one of those up, so the disc is in okay shape. It's got a couple of scratches on it, but I can probably buff those out. It does have the manual and the map, though, which is important. Well, I also picked up a copy of Twisted Metal head-on for it as well. And this too came with the manual, so haven't played it. We'll have to check it out. You know, to continue on with my music and rhythm game collection, I picked up a copy of Guitar Hero 5 for the Wii. And this too came with the manual and obviously the game disc. So it appears my package from Canada came in. I don't remember if this was the PLA chip or if this was the PS2 to Amiga adapter, although that should have come with a mouse, so this is probably the PLA replacement. Let's take a look and see. Or apparently a DVD case. Make sure there's no paperwork or anything. Oh, he used it for protection. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, this is the PLA replacement, the Plankton chip, and this is definitely going to come in handy and hopefully diagnosing and repairing the C64, at least getting it to the point where I can get some video out of it, see if there's anything else wrong with it. And very good, he packed it with foam so that the pins don't get bent. Well, that's basically it right there. It's just a Xilinx FPGA. Try to focus here a little bit better. And it's just a PLA replacement, you know, programmed onto this chip here. So that's what I got for November. I do want to make a note, though, that the hoodie was picked up as part of a fundraiser by a YouTuber known as Scott the Woz. Normally I wouldn't push merchandise, but in this case, all proceeds from the sales of the items listed on the site go to the Children's Miracle Network and Critical Care Comics. This ends 12/25, so if you're looking for last-minute gifts, please consider these as they go to benefit good causes. If you liked today's video, please hit the thumbs up, but if you didn't, feel free to hit the thumbs down, but please leave a comment below as to why so I can make improvements in the future. Thanks all, and I'll catch you later.